Hello, dear students. I am Naran Mohanty. Okay, today's our topic is variation of Mendelian law, class 12th biology. Okay, our topic is variation of Mendelian law. As we have already discussed about the Mendelian's law. What are the Mendelian's laws? First law, law of dominancy. In the last class, we have already come across with the law of dominancy. Okay, but in this topic, in this context, we will learn what are the variations, what are the differences, what are the exceptions of Mendelian law. That is called the variation of Mendelian law. Okay, the first is intra-allelic or intragenic. Second one is non-allelic or intergenic. Okay, these are the our today's topic, right? So first, before going to that, we must understand about the locus. What is that? Locus. What do you mean by locus? Locus means, location, you can say. Location of gene in the chromosome. In the chromosome is called locus. Presence of gene in the chromosome is called locus. Say for example, T and T, capital T, small t. This is a gene or allele, you can say, and this is the chromosome. This is the chromosome. Now this chromosome contain a gene, that is the capital T over here. This is called the locus. Another homologous chromosome is also there, that contains also a gene, that for example small t. This is also called the locus. Locus means location or presence of the gene in the chromosome. Are you getting my point? So when there is interaction between the two genes of the same homologous chromosome, once again I am repeating, interaction between the genes of same homologous chromosome, then it is called intra-allelic or intergenic. Is that clear to all? I mean to say, the interaction between the two genes of the same homologous chromosome, then it is called intra-allelic or intergenic. Is that clear? Similarly, I am writing another example. This is the chromosome and this is called the chromatid or arm of the chromosome, and this also contains what? A dominant gene, that is called the capital P. Capital P stands for example, purple, right? And this is also another chromosome. This is called the arm of the chromosome, which is called chromatid, and it contains small p. Small p stands for example, white. Okay, when these capital P and small p of the chromosomes are called intra-allelic, the interaction between the same dominant and recessive of the same homologous chromosome, then it is called intra-allelic. But now you see, this is a homologous chromosome, this is another homologous chromosome, this is another homologous chromosome, and this one is also another different. When these different homologous chromosomes are interacting with each other, then that kind of arrangement is called inter or non-allelic or intergenic variations. Is that clear to all? The next, we will see the more examples of these intra and intergenic. That is the intragenic. Intragenic examples can be written as incomplete dominance, and codominance. These are the best examples. Is that clear? And if you will see the examples of the incomplete dominance, then you can say later we will discuss about the incomplete dominance. First, Examples of incomplete dominance. First, we need to understand what do you mean by incomplete dominance. As in the last class, we have already discussed that during the transmissions of the character, okay, in F1 generation, all offsprings are heterozygous dominant. But here something different. Okay. See, what do you mean by incomplete dominance? This is the incomplete dominance. This one is the complete dominance. Okay. In complete dominance, we have already discussed that in F1 generation or first filial generation, all offsprings are dominant. All offsprings are dominant, and the phenotypic ratio is 3:1, and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Are you getting my point? Example also we have already discussed. Capital T, this is called a homozygous tall crossed with homozygous recessive. A homozygous tall, or you can say homozygous dominant. This is called homozygous recessive or homozygous dwarf. So after the reductional division or the meiosis, the gamete will produce from both female parent as well as the male parent. Is that clear? And you just draw the Punnett square. Okay, here you write capital T, this is the male gamete. Okay, and this one is the female gamete. When the cross will happen, then it forms capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Here you see all offsprings are dominant. That means capital T. So in F1 generation, all are heterozygous tall. Ratio is 4:0. In F1 generation, all offsprings are tall, but heterozygous tall. That means tall is dominated over the dwarf. In F1 generation, capital T is dominated over all the offspring, so they are tall. This is called complete dominance. But what's about incomplete dominance? Incomplete dominance means the dominant gene cannot dominate properly upon the recessive gene. Is that clear? Complete dominance means when the dominant gene completely dominant over the recessive gene, then it is called complete dominance. Incomplete dominance means the dominant gene cannot completely dominate over the recessive, that is called incomplete dominance. Are you getting my point? Dominant gene cannot dominate properly over recessive gene, then it is called incomplete dominance. Are you getting my point? In incomplete dominance, the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Genotypic ratio is also 1:2:1. This is the most important thing you must understand. In complete dominance, the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. In F2 generation, are you getting my point? In F2 generation, phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Genotype is 1:2:1. But here, the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Genotypic ratio is also 1:2:1 in F2 generation. Is that clear to all? That means here incomplete dominance, both phenotypic and genotype ratio is same. Let us have a look. ओके एग्जाम्पल कौन सा एग्जाम्पल है जो कि इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस शो करते हैं? अगर हम देखेंगे तो वो है मिराबिलिस जालापा जिसको इंडियन 4 o'clock प्लांट कहा जाता है, और एक है तुम्हारा एंटी एरिना जिसको तुम ड्रैगन फ्लाई फ्लावर और डॉग फ्लावर भी कहते हो, ठीक है। और एक एनिमल है, ये दोनों प्लांट है, ठीक है। और एक एनिमल का अगर हम बात करेंगे तो एक चिकन का एक स्पेसीज है जिसको कहते हैं हम अंड लूसी फाउल। दिस इज ऑल्सो एनिमल, दिस इज एन एनिमल, ओके, दिस इज एन एनिमल एंड दीज आर द 2 फ्लावर्स, दैट मीन्स दे आर द प्लांट। ओके चलो अभी हम क्रॉस करते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मिराबिलिस जालापा एंड एंटेरिना का अगर हम अभी क्रॉस करेंगे, ठीक है, हम 2 कैरेक्टर अभी लेंगे। ओके वन इज योर रेड, अनदर वन इज योर व्हाइट। जब रेड कलर के फ्लावर के साथ व्हाइट फ्लावर प्लांट का क्रॉस किया गया, यानी इसका जीनोटाइप पहले लिख दो। रेड मीन्स कैपिटल आर, ओके, व्हाइट मीन्स स्मॉल आर, दैट मीन्स होमोजाइगस dominant crosses with homozygous recessive, then they will produce the capital R after the reductional division. Okay, this is the female and this is the male according to the Punnett square. Okay, what you will get, that means here the RR, here is also RR. Offspring you will obtain is all are capital R smaller. This is F1 generation. Okay, according to the law of dominancy, all must be red in color. But here we are talking about incomplete dominance. That means this capital R will not completely dominated upon the small r. So the characters of all F1 generation, they will be, okay, they will be what? Pink in color. As dominant R cannot dominate properly over the small r, so in F1 generation, instead of red, all offsprings becomes pink in nature or pink in color. Okay, the ratio of pinkness is 4.0. That means 4 pink and 0 red. Or are you getting my point or not? Now if you will do the selfing if you will do the selfing of this F1 generation, that means pink. Okay, what you will get? You see here. If you will do the selfing, capital R, small r. Here I am writing selfing. Okay. What you will get? Same capital R, then small r, capital R, small r. This is the female parent, this is the male parent, and you know this is the gamete formation by reductional division or meiosis. Is that clear to all? Then if you will draw the Punnett square again in F2 generation, okay, capital R, small r, okay, then we will obtain capital R, small r, capital R, small r. Okay, here you see RR. That means here dominant R is also here, dominant R is also there. That means it is pure dominant. That means R means it is red. It is what? Red. Is that clear? Then second box you see capital R, small r. Third box is also capital R, small r. Capital R, small r means what? What does it mean? It is pink. It is pink. Then in the fourth box is small r. That means it is white. It is what? White. That means you can say in F2 generation the ratio is 1 red, phenotypic ratio 2 pink, 1 white. So the ratio is 1:2:1. It is called the phenotype. Similarly, if we will go for the genotype, that means genetic makeup. Phenotype means physical appearance. Genotype means what? Genotype means genetic makeup. Genotypic ratio क्या होने वाला है? जीन को जाओ. This is the homozygous red. Are you getting my point? 1 homozygous red, two heterozygous pink and one homozygous white. So phenotype as well as genotype are same in incomplete dominance. Okay, next we will go for the what? Next we will go for the codominance. Thank you.